Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here. We're tracking the threat for some strong storms this afternoon. Some of the rain could be heavy as well. So I think our main concern is going to be flash flooding and the possibility of some damaging straight line winds. Let me show you the setup here across the southeast. Kind of an interesting setup. We've got this cold front to the northwest, but we've got this trough of low pressure, essentially kind of a non-tropical low. It's not going to develop into anything tropically, but what it's doing, this little elongated area of moisture is being advected or transported north. At the same time, this stalled front is coming down. Now, the front's going to stall somewhere over the area later today, but that's going to allow for scattered showers and thunderstorms to develop. We're already seeing some rain develop from the coastal plain back towards Raleigh, Fayetteville, the Columbia, down to Macon. That's associated with more just that moisture coming north, but what we really need to watch is what's going on back here in the western part of the state and into eastern Tennessee, because this is where I expect the strong storms to develop later this afternoon. So let's look at the severe weather outlook for today. We'll pop it up here real quickly. You can see the red area, or excuse me, the yellow area. I'm going to turn off the satellite imagery. And then back here into parts of Mississippi and Alabama, a little medium risk. So a low end risk for some severe storms this afternoon. Tomorrow, because that same front is going to be basically in the same area, maybe a little further south, there'll be a low end risk for areas like the Midlands, the coastal plain. We'll go to day 3, which is going into Friday. And you can see the risk is kind of gone, though. The front will still be in the vicinity. I do expect to see that. Now, the other thing we're going to watch for is the potential for some very heavy rain across the area. I'll show you the heavy rain outlook today. This is the flash flood guidance. Basically, the green is low. The yellow is medium. So you can see today's risk. Tomorrow, you see how the risk is still low, but a little medium risk down for the Midlands of South Carolina. So this is all an indication, basically, that there's going to be a stalled front somewhere in this area, kind of just sitting there. We'll go to day 3, which is into Friday. You can still see a low risk. So the fact that that stalled front is in the vicinity is likely going to keep the chance of rain over us for the next couple of days, but no washouts. It's going to be scattered. So let's look at just today's futurecast to kind of show you how everything's going to unfold. So as 11 a.m., you see we've got scattered showers to the south, but watch what happens as we go into the afternoon hours in the mountains. This is around 2 o'clock. You see the storms developing on the ridge tops. So there's showers and storms to our south, but as that front gets closer, it's actually going to get pretty active this afternoon. You can see some of these heavier downpours. Again, not everybody's going to see heavy rain, but there's going to be some really big pockets of scattered heavy storms moving through the area between roughly about, I'd say 4 o'clock to about 9 or 10. You could see the risk kind of persisting. And then into the overnight, remember, the front gets draped across the area. So envision, there's a stalled front somewhere in here, an inflow of moisture coming up from the south, that warm, humid air interacting, some air trying to come in this way. So pretty good focus for heavy rain or training storms wherever the front sets up. Overnight, the loss of heating will allow things to weaken, but then tomorrow during the day, watch what happens. We go into tomorrow afternoon, the front gets active again as we see the heating of the day. Maybe not as widespread over the western part of the North Carolina, but the Midlands of South Carolina down into Georgia gets active, and some of that rain moves north. So it's all going to hinge on where the front stalls. We're certainly going to see rain today and possibly some heavy rain, but if the front should meander or drift, and what I mean by that is it's going to kind of be snaking across here, this front could drift north a little bit, or it could drift south, and that would drastically either increase or decrease the rain chances the next couple of days. As it is, I still am going to keep at least a 40% chance of pop-up storms on Thursday, Friday, into Saturday, but today's chance is looking more like 60 to 70%. Of course, I'll be following it all day today and over the next couple of days, getting ready for that big Garth Brooks concert, and a lot of folks on Friday and Saturday night. I'm hearing from all of you. Stay up to date on the weather. That concert's going to happen either way. Just a matter of whether you should bring that poncho just in case, and your tailgating might see a passing storm.